Hey, welcome to this week's video, and today I am going to be talking to you about the things, the flags, the indications that a club are not interested in you when you are in their academy and their under-21s. This has been sparked by Max Dowman making his Premier League debut at just 15 years old, sharing a pitch with Ethan Nwaneri of Arsenal, who is the record holder of the youngest Premier League player. And I get asked a lot around this of how do we know if clubs are interested in is going to give us new contracts and those sorts of things. So let's talk a little bit about that. The first thing to highlight probably is just like Greg when he came through at Leeds United and until he moved to Spurs, and Dowman, Ranieri, if you've got somebody at your club or groups of players who are playing way up, that's a clear indication. So here we've got 15, 16, 17-year-olds who are training with first teams. All right. Now, and I don't just mean they're being brought up to stand in a wall. I mean they have been taken up regularly, maybe getting on the bench, as happened with Max. So that's your first indication. If that's not you, you're already behind that group. Let's be clear about that. You're already behind that group. Next, are you being played up by just one? So not Max Dowman where he's gone from 15 up to the first team, but if you're in the under-18s, are you being selected for the under-21s? Again, not just to fill the bench, not just to stand in wall, but to actually play and get regular minutes. If you're in the under-21 squad, are you being taken with the first team regularly? That's another indication. Now let's flip that round. What do you do if that isn't happening? The first thing is to recognise that that is occurring. If you're in the under-18s, all right, and you're not being played up in the under-21s, if you're in your second year and you're not getting game time, it's a red flag. Okay, start thinking about moving. If you're in the under-21s and you're not being taken up to the first team, the rule here is very, very clear. Clear from my data, I'll talk about it. Spend a year in the under-21s, fine. But then you have to get to men's football by the time you get to the end of your contract. So if you've been given a 2-year contract in the under-21s, fine, take a year, but then you need to be getting out on loan. You need to be playing men's football. There's an element of money involved here. So if you're being paid quite a lot, maybe that gives you an indication that they fancy you, but don't fall for that only being a measure. You might get £2,500, £3,000, £4,500 a week because the club are trying to stop somebody else from taking you. That might be the case, but let's be honest, in the Premier League, that amount of money isn't a lot of money to be paying on wages when you've got players who are on hundreds of thousands of pounds. So you have to be careful thinking about that. So let's just recap those major rules. Am I playing up? That's a flag. If I'm not being taken up and I'm getting game time, I have to get to men's football as quickly as I can. The final point I will make, as somebody posted it on the last video here, is that occurs if you are trying to get into an academy as well. If you're the age of 17, 18, 19, 20, the time is to go to semi-professional clubs and get in men's football. Of course, there are stories of people being spotted in semi-pro, non-league football and being scouted, but you can't do that if you're not playing. You've got to go and test yourself at some point against the men's game. Get out there, go and trial at clubs, make yourself available, play with a smile on your face. I hope that's useful for anybody in that 17 to kind of 21, 22-year-old age bracket. If you like this, please tell your friends about it, share, like, love to see comments below the video, and I'll see you all next week.